Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to optimize this solution. In my previous video, we did it in Vigo of and login. So in this video, we are going to optimize it even further. So let's see how we can optimize it. So in that video, we saw in a day, there are 86,400 seconds. So I can say that if any value is given to me, it would be between 0 to 86,400 because if I convert it to this, it cannot go beyond 86,400. So what I'm going to do is we can create one array of size 86,400, right? If we can create it, so let's see what we are going to do. We are going, so whenever any element comes, we will mark it visited. So this one came, this time corresponds to 1 second. So in my second, like this array of size 86,400, I will mark it like true, something like it is visited. Again, I came to this point. This was corresponding to 86,399. I will go to its position and I will mark it visited. I came to this point. It is corresponding to 5. I will go to 5 and I will mark it visited like this. Now, after my marking is done, what I will do is I will check in this one what was the minimum. So for this, I will create my previous that would be initialized with -1, and I would create one minimum that I would initialize with 86,400 because in a day it cannot be go greater than this, so I will initialize this 86,400. You can even initialize it with integer.max value. So I will start running a loop in this array, and if there is nothing, like if it is not visited, so no need to check anything. But if it is visited, check first thing is my previous -1. So yeah, my previous is -1. So let's update my previous. What is the current index? It is 1. So let's update it with 1. Now there is nothing, there is nothing, there is nothing. This point we have like it is visited and its index is 5. So what we will do is first we will check whether our previous is -1. So no, our previous is not -1. That means we have visited somewhere earlier. So we will calculate the difference between this point and my previous point. So 5 minus 1 is 4, and and 4 4 is lesser than my minimum. So I will update my minimum with 4. And since I came here, now my previous would be updated to this file. So what is previous holding? Previous is holding nothing but the like if I go to this point, so I have some pointer that would tell me like what was my previous point. So till here nothing is there. I came to this point 83, 86, 399, and I will check if my previous is not -1. So I will check the difference that would come 86,394. And since 86,394 is not less than minimum, I will not do anything. I will move ahead. So now I am done. Like I am done traversing, and the minimum I got is 4, but the output is 2. So what we are missing? So we are missing the last pointer where we were last. So like where we were last and where we were first, like this here. So what we were seeing is answer we were getting from this one, and here we are missing the last. So we will do nothing. We will create one first variable and one last variable. So when my previous was -1, at that time I updated my previous. So that would be my first point. So first would be updated at that point, and last would be keep on updating every time. So whenever I come out of loop, I will check my difference between my first and last, like the same way we did in 86,400 plus first minus last. and I will compare it with my minimum. So 86,400 first is 1 minus 86,399. That would give me 2. And I will compare 2 with my minimum. So my minimum is greater than 2. So I will update my minimum. So this is going to be the approach. I hope you got this approach as well. So let's code it up. So here we will create one int second array, like which will be storing second. So what would be its size? Its size would be 86,400. That's it. Now let me create it as a boolean because we want to store whether it's visited or not. Now I will run a loop in this array and keep I will keep updating whether it is visited or not. Like so for that I need the time in seconds. So int time in seconds is equals to 2 seconds. That is a method I have already created, and I will pass my array of I. So in this one I will check whether it is visited or not. But there is one more thing we have to check. What if this time is coming again? So if it is coming again, like here, if it is already there, and suppose sometime I came again at this point, so in that case, if you see that this is coming 2 times, so the minimum difference in that case we can get is 0. So we cannot go lesser than 0. So in that case, we will return from here only. Like if it is coming again and again. So first time it came, we have marked, but next time if it came, so the minimum difference that we can get would be 0. So if that is already seen, in that case, we would return 0. Otherwise, we will mark seen at that point is equals to true. So after our marking is done, we will run a loop again, and we will run a loop in this second array as less than 86,400 I plus plus. And here, if it is not visited, if it if it is not visited, if sec of I, then do nothing, just continue. And what we needed is we needed our first. Let me initialize it with -1. We needed our last. Let me initialize it also -1, and we needed our previous. And we needed one element for our minimum difference. So int, let me keep it as answer, is equals to 86,400. So if it is not visited, no need to do anything. Otherwise, if like if it is visited, so first I will check if my previous double equals to -1. So in that case, we will update our first. So in that case, our first would be this element that we are at, and if previous is -1, then we will update our previous as well. and in all other cases we will keep checking our minimum. So int minimum is equals to math dot minimum of I minus previous comma. So it is not minimum, that is our answer. Answer is equals to math dot minimum I minus previous or our answer. So we will be keep checking whatever is the minimum one. And don't forget to update the previous with I and last with also I. If we are done till this point, after coming out of this loop, we need to check the difference between last and first. So again I will create into last difference is equals to first 86,400 plus first minus last, and then again I will check whether my answer is minimum or not. So again answer is equals to mat dot minimum of last difference comma answer. So whatever is that, return my answer. So these are the somewhat optimized one. Let's compile it. Then we will talk about its time and space complexity. 2 seconds. Line number okay, line number 4 and 6. Line number 4 is equals to boolean, and line number 6 is equals to array. Then line number 7, so it would be sec. Line number 10, there are many errors. Okay, this would be also sec. Let's compile it again. So this is getting compiled successfully. Let me submit it. So it's getting submitted also. So let's discuss the time and space complexity. So here, if you see, first we are running a loop in this one. So this is n times, and this is run again. We are running a loop and 86,400 times. So if we see, the time complexity would be n plus 86,400. So 86,400 is a constant, even though it is a big number, but since it's a constant, we can say that its time complexity is big of n plus 86,400. That is nothing but big of n. And considering the space complexity, so for a space we have taken this Boolean array, and its size is 86,400. But since 86,000 is a constant, so we can say space complexity also is big of 1, since 86,000 is a constant number. So I hope you got the solution. If you got the solution, you can like the video.